It's Sunday, February 2nd, 2025. I'm TC Kirkham, and this is the Kirkham Report. Hey VC and all you other cats out there, I'm TC Kirkham. Welcome to the Kirkham Report here on TKR Video Central. A day late because of all the crazy stuff going on. It was Royal Rumble Saturday. I was busy yesterday. All kinds of crazy stuff going on, and I got lots of pickups. I got a lot to tell you about what else has been going on. A few other things, a couple of interesting stories, a Eurovision update. This could be a long show. We're going to kick it off with this week's cover story. Well, today's show just happens to fall on February 2nd, GroundHog Day. This is a day where, for some unknown reason, I have never looked into the background of this, we turn to the rodent known as a groundhog to predict whether or not winter is going to be around for another 6 weeks or not. It has become a tradition, and the one that's best known is Punxsutawney Phil. He's based out of Pennsylvania, and he did indeed see his shadow this morning, which means 6 more weeks of winter. There is actually a website, groundhog-day.com, which has a complete list of all the different groundhogs in the US and Canada that do this. We have not heard from Massachusetts' Ms. G as yet, but so far, Wharton Willie in Ontario says an early spring. Jimmy the groundhog in Wisconsin says an early spring. Concord Charlie in West Virginia said early spring. Buckeye Chuck in Ohio, yay, says early spring. General Beauregard Lee in Georgia says it's going to be another 6 weeks of winter. Gertie the groundhog in Illinois says an early spring. Uni the groundhog in Pennsylvania says 6 more weeks of winter. Sand Mountain Sam in Alabama is predicting an early spring, as is Fenwick Flossie from Ontario. Another 6 weeks are in store for us, according to Tentacum Tim in Pennsylvania. Benny the Bass and Harleysville Hank in Ohio and Pennsylvania, respectively, say an early spring is coming. Harleysville Hank is the only Pennsylvania groundhog that says an early spring. All the rest of them said 6 more weeks of winter. Including Mountain Greta Grady. And those are the ones that have come in so far. I thought it would be just fun to run them down. There's 82 weather forecasting prognosticators in Canada and the US who made predictions in 2024, including 46 alternative groundhogs, and I'm not even sure I want to know what that means. But in any case, depending on where you live, more of them were saying early spring than 6 more weeks of winter this year. But given the fact that we're expecting more snow today, I kind of doubt that. And that's this week's cover story.
Hey gang, we've got merch. Show off your love for all things TKR. Find t-shirts and more in the TKR swag shop. Click on the link in the show description. 2 solid hours of your favorite dance music classics. Crank up the speakers, turn on the mirror ball, and trip the life fantastic. It's Saturday Night Disco Party. Saturdays 11 p.m. US ET, TKR Video Central on YouTube.
Okay, out of the box this week, I've taken advantage of some sales, and I've got a lot more stuff going on. But the big one I took advantage of was Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble had a great sale on their website. I don't know if it was in the stores or not, but you could get 3 albums for $50 from a group of, I think there was 85 albums on the list. And I found 3 of them, and I'm like, ooh, okay, I'll take these. One of them, there was another one I would have preferred that was out of stock. But these 3 are all very good albums as far as I can tell. They just arrived yesterday, so timing is good. I mean, considering I just ordered them on Wednesday, that's pretty damn good. But I think all of them are pretty top notch, and I can't wait to spend them eventually here when I get things set up again. This one I have on CD retails for $42.99. I got it for $16, so you can't beat that price. This is Aqua and Aquarium. This, of course, is their only big American album. They continue to be stars in Europe. It has their hit Barbie Girl on it. As you can see, as I said, the price on that, $41.99. So $42.99 normally. $42.99 for a single album is obscene. Can I say that? There is no reason for a single album to be priced at $42. The average median price is $30 to $35. This is ridiculous, Barnes and Noble. I'm not surprised you don't sell much vinyl. Also up, and this is what gets me, is the deluxe packaging on this one, and it's $29.99 list price. This is the latest new release from a couple years ago. A limited edition blue vinyl from Barnes and Noble. Yusef Cat Stevens and King of a Land. It is his first album in several years with all new music on it. I have loved him since I was a kid, and it's a gatefold. I have not opened it yet, and again, really, I mean, heavy. So it's 180 gram vinyl, or 140 gram vinyl, and a gatefold, and 29 normally, 16 again here. I'm like, how is this cheaper than Aqua on the regular price? Thirdly, I don't know how many of you guys are into New Age music. I'm a huge New Age fan. I've talked about that, and I'll probably be talking about my love for New Age music on Influencers one of these days when it gets back up. But I've loved this lady since I first heard her. I only have the album that had her one radio hit on it. But this one is all through one country. And she is an amazing performer. And I love her to death. This is Lorena McKennitt and A Mummer's Dance Through Ireland. All of these songs were either about Ireland or recorded in Ireland, and it's like a greatest hits collection. They're all from previous releases. This one retailed for $31, as you can see there. Lorena is an incredible New Age vocalist and musician. Does really, really good stuff. The Mummer's Dance was actually a radio hit in the Boston area. I don't know. Boston Top 40 Radio had a period in 96, 97, where there was a ton of Celtic music on the air. The Mummer's Dance, the Corrs, Ashley McIsaac, all had big radio hits up here. And it's because the area is Irish. There's a lot of Irish up in the Boston area. Of course, it's known for its Irish. And but it's the first time I'd seen that really click. Now, none of them were big hits nationally. Ashley McIsaac was in the top 10 on Kiss FM, but it peaked at 102, Sleepy Maggie. Really great stuff, and that's when I became a fan of hers, and love it. So Barnes & Noble, even though your prices are outrageous for individual albums, I always find your sales are very, very good. I have not had the fortunate ability, as Professor Carlson and a few other people have had, to find albums for $5 at the local Barnes & Noble, but we don't have a car. Our closest Barnes & Noble, good Barnes & Noble, is in Peabody, so that's a $30 Uber trip. I'm not really willing to do that more than once a year. Last time I went up there, I got a couple. I got the Nate Q Scotsy soundtrack and something else. I forgot what, but at drastically reduced rates. So Barnes & Noble, thank you for that great sale, and I've got more to come.
Like what you see? Level up! Become a TKR patron. We can always use more supporters of our channel. Click on the Patreon link in the show description. A different top hits countdown from hundreds of radio stations around the world each week. Radio Retro Countdown, Sundays 4 p.m. USET, TKR Video Central on YouTube.
I have been picking up so much stuff from Don and Mary over the last few weeks on their various sales, on their channel, on Whatnot, on Johnny's channel, on the Hump Day auction. I'm just going to go through it. I'm not even going to try and separate them unless I can remember them. We'll start with the 45s. I haven't even opened this one bundle, so we'll do that together. This actually I bought on Whatnot, and I already have the single, but I wanted the picture sleeve. I did not have it. Comes with a cool hex sticker showing it was $1.59 at the time. Which was 85 is when this came out. This is Tarzan Boy and the original 45 release of Baltimore, and the original release of Tarzan Boy. We'll get it backwards here. There you go. Love that song. Of course, it's always been a great song, but it was even better when it was being used in AEW as the theme for Jungle Boy. This one came as part of the Whatnot pickups as a free gift. I think I don't know if I won it or if they just threw it in. I think I probably won it. Picture sleeve of Dan Hartman's I Can Dream About You from Streets of Fire. Very cool. And I also picked up this through Whatnot. This was a novelty record released to help Jerry Lee Lewis get his reputation back after he married his 13-year-old cousin. This is The Return of Jerry Lee, done by George and Lewis, the narrator. It's a cut-in record. It was originally released on Jerry's label Sun. This is a quality reissue. It's quite cute. And it uses all Jerry Lee Lewis music, obviously, because they're supposedly doing an interview with him about the controversy. And then this pile-on came. I think these are all pile-ons. We'll check it here real quick. Yeah, these are all pile-ons. And a lot of good stuff in here, I would assume. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm also the mod for their Whatnot sales, so it's hard for me to keep track of everything. But let's go through them all. This, I love this lady, so I can't wait to hear this. This is a promo of Sweet 16, Jackie DeShannon. Shout, Part 1 and Part 2 by Joey D and the Starlighters. I'm Leaving It All, or I'm Leaving It Up to You. All was put in by Donnie and Marie's remake. Dale and Grace. This is on Montel. I have this already on King Records, so this may have been a local release before going national. I'm not sure. Bobby Bland, Ain't Nothing You Can Do on Duke Records. I don't believe I have anything on that label, so that's cool. Happiness is a Thing Called Joe by Jerry Adams with Percy Faith in his orchestra on the very old Columbia label with a Columbia company sleeve. Bad Girls and Night Owl from former Eagle Don Felder. Oh, that's reflecting badly, isn't it? Sweet Inspiration by the Sweet Inspirations. I Get Around by the Beach Boys. So Serious. This is a promo from Electric Light Orchestra. Hey You Standing There by Hal and Gene. Never heard of them. Little Honda by the Rondells. If I can get a hold of it here. Oh, come on here, honestly. There you go. Diane Reeves in Better Days. I did not know Blue Note did singles. I think I might have a couple of them already, but I mean, it's like, wow. That's interesting. Ricky Nelson, Lonesome Town. Another picture sleeve, Claude King and Wolverton Mountain. That was a big country western hit back in the early 60s. Roger Daltrey and Rick Wakeman and Love's Dream and Orpheus song. Let me check real quick. Yeah, this is from the album and film Listomania. An EP here from Frank Sinatra, A Swingin' Affair, Oh Look at Me Now, Stars Fell on Alabama, and Night and Day. Which, believe it or not, I have a disco version of by Frank. I think what they did on that was took the original vocal and then mixed it with disco beat. It's not good. Let's put it this way. I've been afraid of driving people away on Saturday Night Disco Party from playing it. I played Andy Williams. I played Johnny Mathis. I played Frank's Anytime remix because it's good. But that one is terrible. Nat King Cole, Those Lazy, Hazy, Crazy Days of Summer. Again with a great picture sleeve. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love his voice. And Peter Wolf, and I Need You Tonight. Great singles all. Thank you, Don and Mary. But wait, there's more. I've also been buying CDs. Now, I have a pile of CDs. I don't know if you can see them here. Some of these, I'm pretty sure I showed all these over here. These are the ones that came in the last week's shipment or a couple of weeks' shipment. And if I am mistaken and I have shown them, I'm sorry. I've just been so busy with this rebuild of my system that I don't know what I've shown and what I haven't shown. I don't have time to really go back and check it. But these I know all arrived Wednesday, and there may be some in there that I missed, so I wouldn't worry about it. Katie Lang and Reincarnation. I am not familiar with what this is. It could be... It's a compilation, I think, from her earlier albums with the her band, the Reclines, or remixes or something. I'm not sure. I love Katie Lang. She's awesome. Guitars and Other Stringed Things, Windham Hill Christmas Collection. Try to get the glare off that. Katie Lang, Invincible Summer, which I did not have. If I'm not mistaken, let me check. Is this the album with Hallelujah on it? Oh God, the print's so tiny on that I can't tell. Anyway, Yanni, I picked up a bunch of Yanni, and I grabbed this. I think I already have this. In My Time, I'm a huge Yanni fan. I love that kind of music. Keys to Imagination, which I do not have, and Ethnicity and Love Songs. I also picked up Acoustic Alchemy. I got some more of these that are coming in this week's shipment too. And two, I've did not. There's a third one. I did miss it. It's in the pile. I love this guy. I did an influencers on him. He is an amazing artist. Craig Chicaso. This is Panorama, his collection, and it includes music from those 5 albums pictured on the back, one of which is this one, Acoustic Highway. I only had this on digital. I have most of his stuff on digital, but did not have them on CD. And when I lost everything, I lost all my Craig Chicaso. I was not happy. And I have 2 or 3 of the albums on CD. And Don and Mary started running these, and I'm like grabbing every one of them I can because I didn't have them. They also sent along a free gift of Fine Young Cannibals. I did not have this, so that's cool. And I did win the spinner in Whatnot one week and landed on Metal Sign, and I got this one, Music is Life, That's Why Our Hearts Have Beats. Great little sign. I don't have anywhere to put it right now, but it'll be around. And I have a feeling I'm missing even more from them. But there's a lot of great stuff there, and I will show it as I find it. But Don and Mary, they do all kinds of stuff every week. You can see their schedule there. Most notably, I am with them as their mod on Whatnot Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, where they do all 45s. Lately, they've been having a blowout clearance with Cajun Roots Resellers Hump Day auction, Wednesdays at 1 p.m. You can find him at New England Cajun Roots Reseller on YouTube. A lot of CDs, a lot of vinyl, dollar CDs, obviously. And they're on with other projects all throughout the week. And of course, Don and I do Finding Your Music Mojo every other Monday. If you missed this past week's show, we did Steve Carlson's World Tag. I hope you'll go check it out. Don and Mary, as always, love you. Oh, one other thing. I also got this from Don. This is Dave. Dave is a thumb drive. And Dawn helped me replace some of the stuff I lost from eMusic that I can't get back. She had quite a bit of it and sent Dave's little head full of it. Dawn, thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate it.
Jump into the time machine and find out the #1 hits of a chart year from a variety of music sources. Flashback tracks, Thursdays, 4 p.m. USET, TKR Video Central on YouTube. If she's thinking about it, you know she's bound to have an opinion on it. Kim Takes On, alternate Tuesdays, 7 p.m. USET, TKR Video Central on YouTube.
After 2 months of nothing, I picked up what will be my last Black Box Record Club shipment this week. I officially quit the Black Box Music Record Club on Friday. I wrote about it on my community page if you want to see. But I have made attempts to communicate with Black Box 7 times in the past 3 weeks, trying to find out what happened to the 2 shipments that never showed up. I never got November. I never got December. This is believed to be January. It may be December, and they still owe me those, and I'm not happy. And I'm still not happy that they never got in touch. I left message. I wrote their customer service. I left messages on their YouTube page, on their Instagram, on their Twitter or X. Nothing. Not even a courtesy of a reply. So, Black Box, for 4 years, I have been very satisfied with you for the most part. You just lost a satisfied customer. These are the last 2 albums. I'll be honest, I have already looked at them. I was not thrilled with one of them. That's because I'm not really familiar, but I will listen to it. And the other one is one that I'm pretty sure will be okay, for the most part. I don't know the person, but I know who it is from the sticker, so I'm pretty sure that'll be cool. Let me get all the stickers out of here. The first one is that one I mentioned. This is Lumineers co-founder Wesley Schultz and Vignette. I've heard some good things about this. I don't know his music, but I do know the Lumineers and like them quite well, so this should be interesting. This came out in 2023. So I'll be looking forward to trying that one out. This one I'm not so sure about because I've never been a fan. I've listened to some stuff. I've tried to get into him. I know he's popular in the vinyl community, but he's just not my cup of tea. This is also a later album from 2016. John Prime, In Spite of Ourselves. Of course, we lost him a couple of years ago, I think from COVID. I'm not sure. I've never been able to get into him. I will give this album a listen to just see if it's any good and see if I like it. If I do, great. Maybe it'll lead me to more. If I don't, somebody might get some VCLT from me. I don't know. We'll see. But those are the last 2 albums that have come. And stickers for... I'm not sure who that is. I can't tell, really. And Oasis. Black Box, you burned me, and I'm still waiting for an explanation as to why I have not received those 2. And as far as I'm concerned, you still owe me those 2 because you took the payment out right before that. I'm really not happy. I would avoid Black Box Music Club at this point at any cost. If, as I suspect, they are loosely affiliated with Vinyl Me Please, that would explain a lot of the problems, but it doesn't explain the lack of communication. Black Box, bye-bye.
If you like what you see on YouTube, don't miss the rest of the story. News, reviews, chart library, in-depth profiles, commentary, and more. Check out my full website, thekirkhamreport.com.
Okay, on to an important topic that's not part of my normal stuff. This is part of my side stuff. I am a weather aficionado. You guys know I have PNR WeatherCentral out there for you to check during the storm season. Well, some people are really bothered by the influx of major YouTube stars that have become stars because of the weather coverage. That is believed to be the impetus for State Bill number 158, authored by Senator Mark Mann, a local Oklahoma state senator, who has introduced a bill called the Oklahoma Emergency Weather Response and Tracking Regulatory Act of 2025. What this bill is doing is saying that you will have to get a license to be a storm chaser in the state of Oklahoma. And if you do get licensed, the only way you can be licensed is to have a deal with a traditional media outlet or a university. Now, his claims are, they're clogging up the highways, and, it's possible that they could cause accidents. It's happened rarely. It has. But this bill is designed to cause problems for non-legacy broadcasters like Ryan Hall, Max Velocity, and a number of others, plus the independent storm chasers themselves, many of whom have their own rapidly watched channels during storm season. There is no question that this is designed to benefit legacy media, even though they claim it's safety regulations, which is just pure poppycock if you look at it right there. The idea is to make them professionals, but a lot of people, the online people that do professional weathercasting, they make money on it, they do all kinds of things. They employ storm chasers in states other than Oklahoma, as well as Oklahoma, to cover their stuff. They won't be able to do that anymore in the state of Oklahoma because they won't be able to offer a license to one of them. That's very convenient, isn't it? Now, Oklahoma is the #1 tornado-ravaged state in the entire country. It gets more tornadoes every year on average than even Texas or Kansas, the other two big states. Why Oklahoma is doing this right now, right on the cusp of storm season, is unknown, unless they have backing from local media, which is interesting because a number of local media weather people have said the idea of this licensing is utter poppycock. These storm chasers go out of their way to help people. They go out of the way to get the word out. They frequently get word out sooner than the legacy broadcasters, including radio and television, and are actually more helpful than harmful to the weather community. It doesn't make any sense that they're doing this. If that's going to be the case and they pass this bill, I'll be honest. If I were a storm chaser, I would boycott Oklahoma. Let's have all the storm chasers boycott the entire state, even the ones that could work for the TV stations. Give them no storm chase whatsoever at all in Oklahoma for 1 month this spring and see what happens.
Stay ahead of dangerous weather no matter what the season. Stay aware and stay safe. PNR WeatherCentral on YouTube.
Welcome to Switzerland.
Herzlich willkommen in Basel. Welcome to Basel!
Well, it's that time of year again. We're heading into Eurovision season here in February. We got a number of uh, national finals that happened over the last week, and we do know some of the songs and artists that will be participating in 2025's Eurovision Song Contest coming up on what's the dates this year? The dates this year are the semifinals on the 13th and 15th, and the final on the 17th of May, coming from Basel, Switzerland. Switzerland won last year's contest with Nemo's The Code. Already entered, Albania's Zerm, Zjerm, is the song. The artist is Shakodra Electronic. I believe it sounds like it's an electronic artist. Austria will be sending JJ with Wasted Love. They have not announced what language it will be in. Red Sebastian won Belgium's national final yesterday. He will bring strobe lights for his country. Cyprus has named singer Theo Evan, but not the song. Chechnya has appointed Adonix, Adonxs, and their song Kiss Kiss Goodbye. France has chosen Luan as their representative. Klavdia won this weekend's Greece national final. She will take on Asteriomata, performed in Greek. Yuval Raphael won this year's edition of the show that was when it was brought to America, called Rising Star in Israel. They will be representing Israel this year. Laura Thorne will represent Luxembourg this year with Le Pompe Monte Leçon. I hope I got that right. I'm about as good as French as Professor Carlson. Montenegro will send Nina Zizic and Dobrodosili, I think it's pronounced, in Montenegrin. The Netherlands is sending a representative named Claude. I do not know the song yet. Klemen will be the representative of Slovenia this year. He won the Slovenian pick over the weekend. He will be performing in English. This is the first time Slovenia has performed their song in English. And the song, How Much Time Do We Have Left? Actually, no, I think last year's was in English too. But before that, Joker Out and Disco by Joker Out and LPS, respectively. The song wasn't called Joker Out, performed in Slovenian. And finally, a Melody and Esa Diva will represent Spain in the contest. More will be coming out over the next few weeks. I have not seen anything about when the UK will make their selection, probably in 2025. But if those of you who follow Eurovision may know that there maybe end up being a wrestling connection to this, UK wrestler Joe Hendry, who is currently the TNA World Champion, has a song called I Believe in Joe Hendry. It was written by a couple of British artists, and he is insisting that they enter it into this year's Eurovision Song Contest. We will see what happens. That alone just makes my teeth grate, because Britain has had too many novelty songs go to Eurovision, and although they're well presented, they're almost always disasters when it comes to the points. Flying the Flag by Scooch from 2007, I think it was, comes to mind. But there are, just let's not do that, okay? Okay, UK, I Believe in Joe Hendry has no place in Eurovision. It has a place in his music, on the shows he does, but not in Eurovision. In any case, as you well know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, Eurovision coverage will continue right up through and past this year's contest. Okay, inside the booth this week, I began the long process of re-ripping my CDs this week. I don't think you can see it down here, but my boxes of CDs are under my other table over here. I have 6 of them in these formal, they're CD boxes. They're this size, and they go back to front on both sides. 2 columns. They are stuffed full. Plus, I have, I did do all my production music already. I talked about that on the community page. I did rip all of that earlier this week. I have found my box of hit discs, so that's a good thing. That's what I got from TM Century Radio stuff. That'll cover 2010 through 2016. And I have 4 other boxes with miscellaneous stuff in it that I will get to as I go through it. In the meantime, I'm about halfway through the first box. I'm hoping to get all of these done by the end of next week, through the next 2 weeks. It's a tedious task, and I got all these new ones to redo again. It's a tedious task, but it is worth it. I have actually elected to upgrade. I had all of them, most of them were in at 128K. I've moved them up to 256, and a lot of the downloads I get are at 320. KPS, KP, whatever that symbol is. So I've upped the quality from CD to above CD quality, and I'm looking forward to getting it all done, but it's going to take a while. And I've lucked out. I have 3 different CD rip programs I can use. One can't rip one of the songs. I can pull up the other one and rip it into the same directory. So it's not a problem. But I did get all my production music ripped, which is really terrific. I actually found stuff I didn't know I had. I am missing some stuff I can't replace. I had a disc, I thought I had a disc of TM Century Shouts. Shouts are, when you get the chorus of people going, more music, and stuff like that for radio. I had a disc of about, I don't know, there was close to 100 different shouts on that. I can't find the disc, so I may have only downloaded it and I can't get it back. I can't find it anywhere online. I also lost a package called Tech Talker, which I bought when we did Subject Cinema. It had a lot of movie terms and stuff on it. But that one I can re-download. I have the proof of it, and it's a lifetime guarantee, so I just have to go back over and grab it. And the same for the Lacar stuff I had, which is all Star Trek computer sounds, mostly done by the late Majel Barrett. I can grab those again too. But the rest of the production music I had, and I was able to rip, and I've been able to do it. So I am slowly catching up, and I am also actively downloading stuff from the sites that I hadn't had stuff on. I did get most of my Amazon stuff back, as I said, on a couple of weeks. All of this has been covered on the community page. I got most of my Amazon stuff back, most of my all of my Bandcamp stuff, all of the eMusic stuff is there, but it's going to take me a while. Well, the eMusic stuff that wasn't licensed from Universal when I bought it is there. All the independent stuff is still there, but I have to download it 1 track at a time, and I have to re-library it because they don't even give you tags for it. So it'll be a bitch if I don't do it 1 at a time. So I'm going to leave that for last. I had a bunch of stuff downloaded from the Service Pledge Music, which, like Black Box, kind of stopped communicating with people near the end before they went belly up. Thankfully, I do have the CDs from all but one thing I got from Pledge Music. The one thing I don't have the CD from, I bought a package of different CDs from Dweezil Zappa a few years ago. It included all of his solo stuff, his album with Brother Ahmet when they were just called Z, and a new album. And I lost all of those, and they're not like, I might be able to find a couple of them online somewhere, but if you guys have Dweezil's albums on MP3 and would be willing to shoot me a file with them, I'd really appreciate it, because I don't think I'm going to be able to replace those. Don already replaced some of the stuff thanks to Dave, that I had downloaded from eMusic when they had a license with Universal. Back 2004, 2005, they were licensed with Universal. I was able to download a bunch of stuff from them at that time. No, I can't do that again, unfortunately, but I got most of it back from Dawn. And there's still a few I'm probably missing, but I'll have to check through it later. So that's that. One thing that I did do this week, or have been doing this week, is thinking about a companion show for Saturday Night Disco Party. Saturday Night Disco Party exploded in ways that I can't even explain. It exploded my subscription rate, and I have been getting constant comments from people on it, both on the comments page, through my Twitter, and also through email. People love this show, and I got to thinking I want to do a companion show on Sunday nights. So that's going to be premiering, I hope, a week from today. I hope. I got to get through all the discs first, but most of the stuff I can do for the first 3 weeks is there. And a lot of it I have on a different drive because I had a radio station with that format on my 365 a few years ago. And I had saved a lot of the tracks over there on a different drive. All the radio station stuff is on a different drive. So that's, I don't know, maybe a 30th of my collection I did save that way. But I want to make sure that everything is up to snuff, and I'm going to be doing some stuff. I will be announcing the premiere later this week. If it is going to go, excuse me, stifling a yawn. If it is going to go up next Sunday, the 9th, I will launch a ad for it this week. If not, if it's going to be the following week, you'll probably get the ad for it first next week on TKR, which should be back on Saturday next week. But this show will be just like Saturday Night Disco Party. It'll be a 2-hour show filled with great music, and I hope that you will check it out when it shows up. And it was inspired by a recent discussion by Jim Gleason and Professor Steve Carlson on their podcast, Two Guys Talking About Records, which I never miss, or rarely miss. And it's always fun to listen to them talk about it. And they had a great discussion about this particular topic, and I got to thinking, hey, I used to do a radio station with that stuff on it. Why don't I do a show? So keep an eye out for it. I'll keep you up to date on the community page. Keep looking at it and keep watching there. I've been posting 2 or 3 times a week on what I'm up to and getting everything back together. I thank all of you for your support, your patience, and I will get my regular shows back up eventually. Radio Retro is still coming up weekly, as is Saturday Night Disco Party and Flashback Tracks. I am trying to keep those going by downloading, and I hope that you will continue to listen. And stay tuned, more is coming.
An hour of lively discussion about music from 2 huge music fans. Finding Your Music Mojo with TC and Dawn. Live alternate Mondays, 7 p.m. US ET. TKR Video Central and 2 Hip Chicks on YouTube, and TKR Video Central on Twitch.
I prattled on and on, and more than enough for today. So let's get this show on the road. Thank you all for watching and being patient with me for this weekend. It's Sunday. I am going to be doing a couple of other new things I haven't talked about yet, but one of them I actually did tell Richard McCook last year I'm going to do his complete collection thing. I was hoping to launch that in January, but with the drive malfunction, I don't have time. I've got to get that picked up first. So it'll probably do this summer, but I am going to do that eventually. And I got a few other things up my sleeve too, so don't give up on me. I really appreciate your support. If you've already subscribed to my channel, I cannot thank you enough. We have pushed the 1,000 mark and are now pushing rapidly toward 1,100. So thank you. If you haven't subscribed, help me get there. Please subscribe. Please don't forget to share and like. And don't forget to leave a comment. Comments have really kept me going over the last few weeks after this disastrous drive loss. I cannot thank all of you enough for the kindness and the friendship that you've shown me in the last month since that drive collapsed. Over a month now. It was the day after Christmas. It has kept me going, kept a smile on my face throughout other problems locally here that don't have anything to do with my channel that we're dealing with. Nothing serious though. And it's been a great feeling to know that people care about my show and what I do and what I have to offer, and I really thank you for that. I can't thank you enough. Spread the word, keep us going, help us get bigger. Don't forget, if you have a chance to join the Patreon, it's $2.99 a month, and it helps me. Now I really need it because I'm trying to make up stuff, and I'm going to have to repurchase a lot of stuff that I lost on the drive. And above all, keep listening to great music and keep spreading the word about it, because the vinyl community is a vital part of music today. I found out about a ton of artists here. I try to spread the word about artists here, ones I love like Dottie Freyer and Marcine. I've actually got people to pick up. And it's all part of keeping music going. And that's important, because as Eddie at Empire Records says, music is the glue of the world. It holds it all together. Without it, life would be meaningless. I live with that every day. I should get that on a t-shirt. I love that. That's one of my favorite music quotes, because it is 100% true. And the vinyl community is 100% awesome. Until next time, I'm TC Kirkham, TKR Video Central, and the Kirkham Report. I will see you on Saturday this coming week with this show and the rest of the shows throughout the week. Until then, I'll see you on the interwebs. Ciao, baby.